We couldn't afford alligator.
Okay, so what was it?
You have like
an armadillo?
Bullshit.
We're talking, I'm thinking, you don't have a clue.
According to the Nigeria police, according to the information we are getting, that driver will be charged for reckless driving.
I know you both a pair of losers. All the Paul family suck.
Joe Rogan shocked after Anthony Joshua claims Paul Brothers' involvement. After Euro's shocking revelation about the Paul Brothers' role in his car accident, Joe Rogan couldn't hide his disbelief. This accusation comes just after Euro's dominant victory over Jake Paul, raising questions about possible retaliation or foul play. The boxing world is now buzzing over the mysterious link between the fight, Paul brother, and the tragic crash.
100%. That was a terrible accident.
It's hard to say that you 100%.
I mean, he rolled like 5, 6, 7 times. Look at that car.
Anthony Joshua claims brake failure in shocking revelation. AJ told Joe Rogan he's certain the brakes on his car failed, leading to the horrific accident that killed 2 friends. While not naming anyone directly, AJ subtly hinted at a connection to Jake Paul and the Paul family, fueling speculation about possible foul play after his recent fight against Jake Paul.
Life, because at different stages of your life, you're allowed to evolve.
Anthony Joshua didn't hold back on his heartbreak. AJ told how devastated he is after losing 2 close friends in the crash. Beyond grief, he expressed frustration and exhaustion, hinting at the mysterious circumstances surrounding the accident. Fans are now speculating if the Paul Brothers' recent involvement in his life and fight played any role in these tragic events.
That stage in my life, just F everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just tired, been through a lot. Yeah,
Joe Rogan highlights Euro's miraculous escape. Rogan couldn't hide his shock as he discussed how Anthony Joshua survived the crash with only minor injuries. The fact AJ wasn't wearing a seatbelt might have ironically saved his life. With questions swirling about the Paul Brothers' potential link to the crash, this revelation adds another chilling layer to the story.
I mean...
That's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did...
There's no way.
He would be dead. Probably, or fucking...
Anthony Joshua survives while tragedy strikes friends. Liam Goff confirms the driver has been charged, intensifying scrutiny around the accident. Euro's minor injuries contrast sharply with the tragic loss of 2 friends, leaving him shaken emotionally. The Paul Brothers' recent friction with AJ after the fight only fuels speculation about whether foul play could be involved.
Still part of the plan. I did see a few of the pictures that were circulating from it. AJ leaving the vehicle and what happened.
Jarrell Miller speaks on Euro's mental strain. Even with their differences, Miller empathizes deeply with AJ, highlighting the emotional toll of surviving such a horrific crash. Constant online speculation and the shocking hints toward the Paul Brothers' involvement have made this ordeal mentally exhausting, showing that the aftermath of the accident is just as heavy as the physical injuries.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ, we're not on the best terms, man, I feel for this brother, man. Because it could have been my family, could have been my friends. And, I feel like, man, it's mentally, kind of draining looking at this stuff all day online. And like I said, I didn't really see nothing too graphic until this morning. Now I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, man. I've seen dead bodies before and all that. And, man, I don't even know how to even express myself.
Questions rise over the crash investigation. Rumors of a tire blowout clash with reports that the driver has been charged, raising serious doubts about what really happened. Fans are questioning if this was mere misfortune or something more deliberate, especially considering Euro's recent fight with Jake Paul and the lingering suspicion around the Paul Brothers' potential involvement.
Right side passenger, right at the back passenger. So the 2 on them sides there died. The driver and Anthony survived. But it was said that a tire blew out, but now I'm hearing that Anthony's driver has been charged with the crash. If you have a blowout, how do you get charged for the crash? That's my only question.
Tyson Fury calls out Jake Paul amid shock and suspicion. Furia Euro's reaction shows just how tense the boxing world is after Anthony Joshua named the Paul Brothers Euro indirect involvement in the crash. His message of love contrasts sharply with the dark undercurrent of suspicion surrounding the accident. Fans are speculating whether tensions from Joshua Euro's fight with Jake Paul spilled over into real-world danger. Furia Euro's words carry weight, hinting at the moral stakes and the shocking possibility that the crash might not have been purely accidental, keeping everyone on edge and watching closely.
They are not your enemies. They are your brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on earth. Remember that. Spread love.
Johnny Nelson highlights the human cost behind the headlines. While fights and rivalries make headlines, Nelson reminds us that the crash involving Anthony Joshua is a real tragedy with devastating consequences. Losing two close friends has left AJ reeling, and the Paul Brothers Euro controversial presence in his circle adds a layer of suspicion and unease. Fans are questioning motives and timing, wondering if this was mere misfortune or part of a deeper, darker narrative. Nelsona Euro's words make it clear, in the world of boxing, life can change in a heartbeat, and no fight is worth a human life.
It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing your life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these two men were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives.
Pain Game breaks down Aya Euro's physical ordeal. Surviving a crash of this magnitude is one thing, enduring the aftermath is another. Aya Euro's body, hardened by years in the ring, now faces trauma from a life-threatening accident. With questions lingering about the Paul Brothers Euro potential involvement and the mysterious brake failure, the tension escalates. Fans are left wondering if this crash was pure chance or part of a chilling, orchestrated scenario. Every detail of Euro, from the injuries to the accident dynamics of Euro, adds suspense. Ida Euro's stark reminder that even the toughest fighters are vulnerable when fate, and possibly foul play, intervenes.
He's been through such a severe car accident there. Like, alright, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not...
Showbiz The Adult highlights the legal stakes. The police charging the driver with serious felony counts brings the crash into a starkly legal and suspenseful light. Anthony Joshua Euro's minor injuries contrast with the tragic loss of his two friends, and fans can't help but wonder if this was truly an accident. The Paul Brothers Euro prior tensions with AJ after his fight only fuel speculation about possible foul play. With Nigeria Euro's strict penalties for reckless driving, the investigation could have far-reaching consequences. Every detail of Euro, from charges to potential motive visa Euro, keeps fans on edge, questioning whether this shocking event was entirely coincidental.
Photo, this is a real image of both of them together. Now, Nigerian police sources has indicated that Adeniyi will be facing some serious felony charges for reckless driving. And I know a lot of you guys are curious, such as I, on, what would be the punishment or the penalty for reckless driving in Nigeria. So I looked it up. And if you are a reckless driver in Nigeria and you cause a fatality on a federal road, that is up to 7 years.
Eddie Hearn confirms Anthony Joshua Euro's lucky escape. Despite the catastrophic nature of the crash, AJ appears to have avoided serious physical harm, a fact Hearn emphasizes as truly fortunate. But beyond the physical, there are Euro's the mental toll of Euro. Surviving a crash that claimed the lives of two close friends leaves deep scars. Adding intrigue, Joshua Euro's hints at potential involvement of the Paul brothers after his fight with Jake Paul casts a shadow over what might have been a Euro-luck. Euro fans are left speculating. Was it pure misfortune, or could someone have intentionally tampered with his car? Hearn Euro's reassurance of minor injuries contrasts sharply with the swirling drama and suspicion surrounding the accident, making the situation both chilling and headline-grabbing.
It doesn't look like he has any major injuries. He's true, and that would be fantastic. And obviously, he'd be a very lucky boy if that was the case. But we hope that is the case.
Gareth Davis highlights the precarious build-up to the crash. The tension between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul was already simmering, and Davis points out just how risky that fight truly was. While Jake took the brunt physically with his broken jaw, Joshua navigated the bout with precision and class, avoiding major harm. Yet the real-world aftermath adds a sinister twist to Euro. Just days after the fight, AJ was involved in a life-threatening crash. With whispers about the Paul Brothersa Euro indirect involvement, suspicions mount, painting the accident in a shadow of potential foul play. Fans are left questioning the timing. Was this just terrible luck, or did tensions from the fight spill over into a darker scenario? Divisa Euro's insights remind us that boxing rivalries can extend far beyond the ring, sometimes with shocking consequences.
In fact, it's some very interesting and germane points you make there in this moment, Raheem. That I think what I've noticed, that obviously there were a kind of panoply of opinions about him fighting Jake Paul to take it back a week and a half. I mean, I was critical of that fight being signed, first of all, because I worried about the dangers for Jake Paul. He got his jaw broken at the end of the day, and kind of used the scars as a flag in his new moon, delusionally optimistic, in his words, as he is about these things. So Anthony Joshua went to America a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, played the role which he needed to play, was very classy.
Liam Goff details the human tragedy behind the headlines. The crash has left a devastating mark, claiming the lives of two of Euro's close friends while he narrowly survived. Euro's heartfelt commentary reminds viewers that beyond the sensational headlines lies a very real personal loss, intensifying the emotional weight of the situation. Adding to the suspense, Anthony Joshua Euro's prior fight with Jake Paul and his subtle mentions of the Paul Brothersa Euro indirect influence raise questions about the crash Euro's circumstances. Fans and analysts alike are grappling with whether this was a tragic accident or if underlying tensions contributed to the disaster. Every detail, from the fatalities to the timing after the fight, feeds speculation and concern. Euro's approach balances empathy for the victims with the growing intrigue surrounding Joshua Euro's shocking, near-fatal incident.
Anthony Joshua injured in car accident. 2 people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the 2 people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say. To their friends and families, we'll definitely offer up some prayers.
Showbiz The Adult reports the confusing crash details. The scenario is shrouded in uncertainty. Euro, whether someone was in the stationary truck remains unclear, leaving room for speculation. Anthony Joshua Euro's SUV collided, sparking questions about brake failure, timing, and even possible foul play. The recent fight with Jake Paul and hints about the Paul Brothersa Euro indirect connection add a layer of intrigue that fans can't ignore. While the physical damage appears minor for AJ, the psychological impact of surviving a near-fatal crash while losing 2 close friends cannot be understated. Every detail Euro stationary truck, timing, minor injuries Euro feeds a suspenseful narrative. Showbiz highlights the complexity, combining factual reporting with the dramatic reality fans are desperate to understand, keeping viewers both concerned and captivated by the unfolding story.
Joshua's SUV struck the stationary truck. So I just want to give you guys the breaking news. Unfortunately, Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident in Nigeria. Prayers to Anthony J. Joshua and his family.
Joe Rogan questions the extent of Euro's trauma. Regana Euro's concern highlights the uncertainty surrounding Joshua Euro's condition after such a devastating crash. Beyond the visible injuries, fans worry about lasting effects Euro physical, mental, and emotional. With subtle hints toward the Paul Brothersa Euro potential involvement, the question of whether this was pure chance or something more sinister looms large.
Who knows what happened to him when he survived, right? Like, did he hit his head? Did he hit his neck? Like, what is he okay? Like, is he 100%? Or is he always going to be a little fuck from that?
The aftermath and what Euro's next for Anthony Joshua. The shockwaves from Anthony Joshua Euro's car crash are still reverberating across the boxing world. Surviving a near-fatal accident that claimed 2 of his closest friends has left AJ physically unharmed but mentally strained, as insiders like Usyk and Liam Goff highlight. Adding to the tension, Joshua Euro's comments about the Paul brothers after his fight with Jake Paul cast a shadow of suspicion, leaving fans questioning whether this was truly an accident or if someone played a hand behind the scenes. The situation is filled with unanswered questions. from brake failures to curious timing, and social media is buzzing with theories. What a Euro-S clear is that Joshua Euro-S resilience and strength are being tested like never before. Fans want answers, and the boxing world is watching closely. Comment below with your thoughts. Do you believe this was just bad luck, or something more sinister at play?